And good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Strong Style Syndicate, your New Japan Pro Wrestling NJPW post show team here at BC WrestlePod. My name is Mikey El Jefe of BC WrestlePod, and joining me this evening, as always, is my good friend, Mr. Berdito himself, Benny the Bear, in the house. And boy, howdy, we had a lot of wrestling to catch up on this weekend, my friend. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. Um, but I will never even though there is a lot, and I might not have gotten through all of it. I will never complain about the quality of it because this is as great as I've ever wanted it to be. Yeah. Anyways, I digress. Greetings and salutations, people of the internet, and Mikey. Let's rock and roll.
Heck to the yes. So we are here tonight to talk about the best of the Super Junior 33 finals, as well as the show that accompanied it, leading into our finals in the main event. And it's also a segue, which is leading us into New Japan's next big event, which is Dominion, which is this weekend, which is the summer event that is going to take us, which starts the summer off proper for New Japan, and Dominion is going to kick us off into the G1 climax. So our Super Junior tournament is officially over, and the G1 is just around the corner, which is going to be crazy as well. But we are going to talk about our finals and all the other matches we got on this particular show. But before we do, really quick intro, we go live almost every day uh, across all the different streaming platforms that we have. Social media, BC WrestlePod. Merch at our store, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com. And we have a coffee bot to help us pay for pay-per-views because this summer gonna be busy. And I'm excited to get into all of that. Like, we got lots of things coming up, so it should be a lot of fun. But let's get into why we're really here. Best of the Super Junior 33. Now, I will say that I did my best to try to keep up with this tournament, but it is always difficult because it's a month-long tournament and there are lots of matches across two different blocks. But I did happen to kind of speed through a couple of matches, especially as we got closer to the finals. And I am going to name some of my favorite peoples that were in this tournament at the very end. So, like last year, like what Adolfo and I did, my other co-hosts that did New Japan with me last year, is we talked about some of our favorite peoples to come out of this tournament and how we thought they did. So we're gonna talk about those types of people. But without further ado, let's get into this because we got some matches to talk about. So, kicking off things for us of the best of the Super Junior 33 finals, we open things up with this particular match, which, listen, anytime you get Bishamon on the show, I'm like, yes. The best tag team, in my personal opinion, and the longest teaming tag team right now in New Japan. But we get this trios match, of course. Bishamon, which is Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi, teaming up with Tatsuya Matsumoto, taking on Masatora Yasuda, Taisei Nagahara, and Tiger Mask number 4, or Cuatro for those of you that speak Spanish. Um, Again, when you get Bishamon on the card, I'm like, heck yeah, I love it. Um, this was a good mix of like your young lions and the vets of New Japan that we currently have right now. And yeah, it's really great. Also, because we know that Tiger Mask will be retiring pretty soon here. Like we're almost towards the end of his retirement. And I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna probably cry. Yeah, I'll definitely cry. I cried for almost every other retirement that we've had in other promotions this year. I'm like, damn, everybody is retiring this year. But this is a fun opening match that mixed the young lions and the vets of New Japan. I thought this was fun.
Yeah, definitely. This was a great opening match. Bishimon is never bad. Always, it's, they've always been one of my favorite tag teams as well. Um, the thing that I'll miss most about Tiger Mask 4 is go Tiger, go Tiger. Love that theme.
Look,
So
right? Ugh, I'm gonna miss that too. I do want to point out though, this crowd for this show, y'all ate. Y'all gave me what I needed. And which is very interesting too, because again, watching New Japan, the culture that is the New Japan wrestling fans, they're very I don't want to say prim and proper, but there are certain guidelines that when you're at a New Japan show, there's just some decorum that you follow. That
yeah,
went out the window like halfway through the show, but I was okay with it because they let you know who they were rooting for, and I loved it.
yeah. The Japanese audience is very reserved, right? Like, um, they watch it totally differently because they've been it's it's part of their part of the culture over there as well, and like I love when they go ooh, little,
It's really interesting too to watch some of the younger guys because then you hear all the girls like screaming for them
yeah,
too.
yeah, definitely.
Especially when we get to the main event, I was just like, dang, these girls were like, yes, this was fandom culture during that one.
And not to get on a side tangent here, but I see you, Tanahashi. I see you. Good on you, man. You knew that uh, BOSJ was going to end in June, and the color scheme for the logo this year, and the introduction of Hyo, uh, brilliant, brilliant stuff all around. But getting back to this match,
Tanahashi, you get one of these for what you did.
yeah,
I was like, we
I
saw what
see
you
you,
did.
I see you, Queen, I see you.
Tanahashi, you also ate. But no, I thought this was a really fun opener. Of course, it would be Bishamon and Tatsuya Matsumoto to pick up the victory here. Very fun stuff. Bishamon would be my heroes later on this evening when we get to another particular match. I'm like, just saving lives and saving an adorable uh tiger in the process as well.
It's an
We
onslaught.
will get 100%. Loved it.
uh,
So,
I
yeah.
I just want to say that uh, Yoshida or Yasuda,
Mhm.
he had amazing fire in this match.
Mhm.
That kid is got a huge upside, huge upside.
I'm excited to see some of these young lions once they've kind of gone through the first like year or two of the young lions training and start to become part of the roster proper. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But again, Bishamon and Masumoto win, which leads us into our second match of the evening. And man, talk about winning me over just by being a complete psychopath. So, of course, here in our second match, we have a trios match essentially. And this, of course, is the team of Jado, Shota Umino, and ELP El Phantasmo himself, taking on part of United Empire in the form of Francesco Akira, Jake Lee, and Jacob Austin Young. Um, I will say this. I've been wavering, like Jake Lee hasn't done since Jake Lee's return. I've needed something more from him, and I was like on the fence about how I felt about his clown gimmick and this Joker-esque gimmick that he was doing. I will say that Jake Lee has won me over by the end of this match. I'm like, this is what I need to see because it seems now we're using the character to create feuds because ELP was mad after the match and wanted to continue to fight him. I loved it. But I also love this match too. I will say that for me personally, Francesco and Jacob Austin Young, they were pretty cool during the tournament in some of the matches that I saw. Um, I love Francesco though. I've always loved Francesco Akira. Um, but man, Shota Umino has had a 360, and we've talked about it every time we've gone to New Japan. from how the fans were treating him and how he perceived himself from Wrestle Kingdom last year to pretty much Wrestle Kingdom this year, the turnaround and the support he has garnered back with the fans is fantastic. And this is the Shota Umino I need to see. And I don't know. There's too many people I'm rooting for Dominion, because especially in that triple threat that he's gonna be involved in. So I'm like, can everybody win? Is that a possibility? Can we get a three-way championship reign? I don't know. Um, but yeah, this was some good stuff too, especially from our United Empire boys, especially these three. Played a mean streak, and they were being so vindictive and in this match, and just being complete assholes to
Yeah.
these three. I was like, oh, this is getting good. I love this new energy that these three are bringing for the United Empire faction, because the other guys, some of them are getting there, some of them are still on the fence, but these three is like, nah, we gonna mess you up. We don't like anybody. We're gonna fight you. We're gonna punch you, and we're just gonna be absolute dicks. And that's how they wrestle too. They were just being absolute dicks to Shota, ELP, and Jado.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to see Jado back in New Japan. First of all, ELP is never bad. Like, I love when they did like the Bret Hart, like dropping forearm, like from the second rope, and Walker Stewart was like, yeah, a lot of Canadians have used that move. Nuts.
I love Walker
Not
Stewart.
singling out anybody.
I love Walker so much.
Same. And Shota's really come along, right? Like, he's not the best, like, let's say, worker in New Japan, like their style, right? But like he's definitely has like an it factor that you can't put a finger on. There's no word to describe it, really. Jake Lee, I when he first showed up, I was like, oh, okay, because I didn't really watch that much Noah, and when he first showed up, I'm like, oh, who's this guy? And then he slowly started to evolve the character, and I'm like, oh, I like this. I'm gonna wait until let it play out, you know. And then there was a month in between seeing him, pretty much, you know, except for the undercard matches. But even those didn't even show up until like like last week or the week before. So
something like that, yeah.
But like, you know, this fully formed character is fantastic. I'm here for it all. And like, I didn't realize how big he is. Like,
I was like, dude. you are a lanky boy, like, which is crazy to say. But yeah, no, I really love this direction for Jake. I really do. And now that he's kind of realized the character that he's going with, it's so interesting. And now he's just going absolutely mad. And ELP wants to fight him after what happened after the match.
Yeah, I like the fact that like he was sort of like bringing the character along every time that he was in a big match. So like when the character that he showed up with yesterday, like it was a natural character progression, you know. But like Francisco Akira, man, that guy is something else, isn't he?
He's so like understated when it comes to his wrestling. There's something about his wrestling that requires a lot of like, it's like, okay, I don't know if this will make any sense, but like the way that Akita wrestles kind of reminds me of like surgically precise, like in his movements and his power. Like he has his, chains of moves that he'll go through, but it's very clean and precise and effortless, which I don't know if that's the best description of it, but there's just something so surgically precise about how he hits, where he hits, how fast he goes. It's very calculated, but not in a way where you see him kind of thinking about the moves that he's going to do next. It's just like essentially it's like you took a professional ballerina and you turned him into a wrestler. It's just like very graceful, if that makes any sense.
Definitely.
So, and it paid off for the United Empire boys because they got the win over Shota, ELP, and Jado. And again, Jake Lee just antagonizing ELP afterwards, and Shota having to pull ELP back and try and take him to the back because ELP wanted to throw down with Jake Lee like in the middle after the match in the ring. So that's definitely going to set some more stuff up, which I am okay with. I love that, and I think it could be fun for both of them to, go at it a little bit more.
Certainly. And I like the new direction of this match because, I mean, the new direction of United Empire in this match, like, really showed us the direction of where they're at. Like, they're just snuffing people out and just taking control of every single match, you know?
Oh, absolutely. It's just like there's this new energy within the United Empire, and they're just like, nah, we're gonna kick ass and we're gonna destroy you. And if you don't like it, well, tough cookies.
Mm.
And again, we will talk about the other United Empire boys a little bit later because they also got Buck Wilds in their match too, of how they were handling their opponents with the trash talking. But we'll talk about that when we get to that later. But let's get into our third match of the evening because man, what a lineup of people. So this is a 5-on-5. This is a 10-man tag team match. So of course, in our Best of the Super Junior show, we always end up having all the participants who didn't make it into the finals participate in all these other matches. And this is the obligatory 10-man. Let's get everyone in here and have them do something crazy because this was a fun match. But here on one side of the fight, you have Master Wado, Ryusuke Taguchi, DDT's Daisuke Sasaki, ROH and AEW's Nick Wayne, and CMLL star Valiente Jr. taking on essentially Unbound Company in the form of Daiki Nagai, Geto, Robbie X, Taiji Ishimori, and Titan. My God, this was a lot of bodies in the ring and lots of high flying bodies in the ring, man. This was just so
Yeah, this
good.
was,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, exactly. It was incredible. Like, it was definitely like the showcase of the BOSJ.
hmm
Like, one final hurrah. That Valente Jr. That that Escalera where like Teton like had knocked his legs off. So
hmm
like, and they did like a roll on top of the top rope into the Escalera. It was like he didn't give up on it. I was like, oh my god, like that was incredible. And there was just bodies flying everywhere. Like there was this one time where like oh, who was it? Oh, Robbie X had like shot off Master Wado, right?
hmm
Like he like shot him into the ropes, and like Wado was coming back at him and just ran past him and dived onto the out to the outside
hmm
onto a pile of waiting bodies. It was like, damn, that is so inventive, man.
Robbie X has like come into his own here in New Japan. And from last year's Best of the Super Junior to this year's, he has come out as one of my standouts for the tournament
Mm.
this year. I'm like, Robbie is just so good, man.
Yeah,
Both Robbies,
definitely.
I should say. Both Robbies
Yes.
showed up and showed out in this one, but Robbie X specifically.
Oi, oi, oi. That Daisuke Sasaki really showed me a lot of really interesting stuff in this one, in this BOSJ as well.
Daisuke has had some really fun matches in the different things that we cover here at BC WrestlePod, like New Japan. He popped in GCW earlier this, like in April. He's been on Mystery Wrestling. Like Daisuke out here just doing a whole tour across any continent that will happen. I'm like, yes, do it.
Absolutely. What MLP, right? Maybe
Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Yeah, he just been everywhere. And honestly, I love that DDT is like, let's send some of these wrestlers all over the place just for them to be cool. Like, but yeah, this was such a fun showcase match. I had a blast watching this. And by the end of this, it would be Master Wato, Ryusuke Taguchi, Daisuke Sasaki, Nick Wayne, and Valiente Jr. to win this showcase match. But man, this was a lot of fun. And then, of course, like afterwards, I also watched the press conference and to see Nick Wayne just so much joy exude from himself, talking about how he loved this and he hoped that New Japan will have. He wants to do another tour here in Japan, and he was hoping that next year he'll be invited back to Best of the Super Juniors. And I'm like, yes, Nick Wayne, because you were fantastic this one too. Like Nick Wayne, what? And I'm just like, Tony Khan, I think now that he is no longer ROH TV champion, I want to see Nick Wayne start being pushed. Him versus Kevin Knight. Let's go. Like
yeah, the trio with Buster in the Brain, you know.
Oh my god, yes. Like I'm ready for Nick Wayne to be more prominent on my television screen, whether it's ROH or AEW. But Tony Khan, take his performance in the Best of Super Juniors and let's start pushing this kid into the mid card or something. Because I think he's ready. He's been ready. So I want to see more from him. And I'm really excited to see Valiente Jr. take what he learned here and take it back to Arena Mexico too, because his tour is also over. And I'm excited for him. Because at first I wasn't sure, because I was like, oh, this is a random person that they picked for CMLL this year for Best of the Super Junior. But he did fantastic. And of course, Titan was there to help guide him. But yeah, Valiente Jr. is going to take what he learned and take it back to Mexico. And that's going to be fun to watch too. Very fun showcase.
Sorry, I mean to interrupt you. I was just going to say that guy really impressed me as well. Valiente Jr. He's incredible.
It's really fun watching both in New Japan and Stardom, like the people that Arena Mexico sends to Japan. It's always fun to watch them interact with the talent and then bring it back home and to use what they learned. It's really, really fun. Again, this is what happens when we don't monopolize wrestling, but that's a whole different discussion. But really fun showcase match. And so we move on into our fourth match. Best match of the night, don't care, like best everything. I was gonna wait until the end, but let me set this match up, and then I'm gonna tell you why this match had probably my favorite standout person from this year's Best of the Super Junior for all different types of reasons. But in this match, I mean, look at this picture alone. I was just like, you already know what we're gonna get into. So this is a tag team match. And on one side, we have El Desperado teaming up with Hyo to take on the House of Torture in the form of Sho and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Let's just talk about Betty. Let's just talk about this now. Why Hyo is the standout from this year's Best of the Super Juniors. Like, oh my God, this kid is hilarious. I love the character work, but his wrestling is also fantastic too. And also, how can we not love a wrestler that has a pet, especially when we call it Nya Nya? Like, what?
Oh man. I mean this lovingly when I say like this is the most Japanese haha that you can get. Like it was so fantastic from like the like when they announced the graphic or the blocks. I went and I looked up Hio, and I was like, oh my god, this guy's gonna be amazing, and y'all gonna love him. And he did this not disappoint, and he got a final bow at the end of this, which
Mm-hmm.
means that the New Japan faithful had taken to him so much that in the end, uh, they uh, they gave him his moment. Oh,
I, I don't know what's going on because for 2 years in a row, my favorite wrestlers to come out of the best of the Super Juniors that aren't part of our New Japan crew have both been the DDT wrestlers representatives. Well, this year we had two. No, sorry. Hyo is not
Dragon Gate.
DDT, my bad. He's Dragon Gate. But it's the people from the other promotions. Last year it was Mao of DDT, the Love Square as he's called, and this year's it's Hyo is probably my favorite standout this year. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. There's something going on in these other Japanese wrestling promotions when they send their people over for Best of the Super Juniors. And I also feel like Best of the Super Juniors between them and the G1, Best of the Super Juniors is more allowed to be tee hee and ha ha more than what I see the G1 because G1 is always so serious because they're fighting to get a shot at and the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. But I feel like Best of the Super Juniors is just good fun. And I feel like that's what we need. And man, again, this match was we knew what we got we got House of Torture shenanigans. We had Hyo take the microphone from Show because he demanded Nyan Nyan back. We got some wrestling. Let me tell you why my heroes of this match were the people, which includes Bishamon coming out after the match to help get Nyan Nyan back. I was like, what is happening? Listen, when you can get the vets to be in on this and do the silly like claw scratches like the cats on the House of Torture folks, like to get Meow Meow back. And then we had a whole contract and bloody paperwork. I was just like, this is professional wrestling. 10 out of 10 stars. No notes. Like,
yeah, yeah, same. I really love the fact that like House of Torture has seemingly met their match with um Goto Revolution Army and Hontai,
Yep.
right? Like I made a typo the other day. Um but I digress. You know, this was what I meant that I got a hot take. I actually rather enjoy the House of Torture stuff. Because it's like let's say Kanemaru here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's an older wrestler, so he can't really do as much as he used to, right?
Right.
So he relies a little bit more on the funny stuff or like or trying to get the the dirty tactics, you know. So
Right.
like it just like prolongs people's careers, you know. Like look at Toro Yano, like coming up in the next match or whatever, you know. Not to bear the lead, but like but
What when you have
it's
a
funny.
shtick, when you have a shtick and it's funny and the crowd is with you with it, then it's great. And here's the thing. I think my biggest issue with House of Torture is that they would always have the shenanigans just to be the shenanigans. But when House of Torture utilizes what they stand for to accentuate and to accent the action that's currently going on, um, that is when I feel like House of Torture shenanigans works best. Is when it
Hmm.
is like when it's added when it adds on to what we're seeing in front of us. Like again, And I also agree with you. House of Torture met their match in the Rookie Goto Revolutionary Army with Bishamon and Hontai. And it's just like the Go Rock Squad, as I call them. It's just like they are here to save the day, and I love them for it. But yeah, like I said, Hyo is definitely going to be missed. I enjoyed him thoroughly so much this year during Best of the Super Juniors. Please bring him back next year, Tanahashi.
Yes.
Please. I want him, I want Mao, and I want some of the other Dragon Gate and DDT wrestlers. Like even with Daisuke Sasaki this year too. Bring us more Dragon Gate and DDT in the rest of the Super Juniors next year.
100%.
And like you said, he all got a final bow after this match, and I'm like, that is the mark that this kid is going to do so good. He's going to have a great career ahead of him.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised that whenever his Dragon Gate deal is up, like he may come over here because the way that the New Japan faithful just like took to him or took to them, I don't want to assume. So the way that like in that final bout, like they're pretty much standing up and cheering him, you know, like, and you don't see that kind of reverence from or love from the New Japan faithful that often from a newcomer, you know. Well,
no, but yeah, this was so much fun. Hyo is my standout for this year, and I am looking forward to seeing what Hyo does next. And happy ending because Hyo and Yam Yam got reunited, and that is the most beautiful love story ever. I really thoroughly enjoyed this. Now, what else I enjoyed too was this match.
yeah.
Listen, there is such a good underlying story going on here, you know, especially between Oiwa and Yuya, because they got beef and they gonna be going at it in a special tag team match at Dominion. I was like, ooh, this is gonna be crazy, y'all. But we get our next match, trios match. On one side, we have, of course, Yuya Uemura, which say that 10 times fast. We also have Taichi and Kushida taking on the boys of TMDK, the Mighty Don't Kneel, in the form of Hartley Jackson, Ryohei Oiwa, and of course, so damn close. And I was really rooting for him to beat his stablemate, but Robbie Eagles as well. Damn, that Robbie and Kosei Fujita semifinal match was baller. And I was just like, man, that was so close. I love Fujita, but I was rooting for Robbie, man. I was like, oh my God, is Robbie actually gonna do it? Because he always gets so damn close every year. Hopefully next year we'll see him in the finals.
Maybe next year, as most sports fans say.
Maybe next time. So a bit of a chip on the shoulder for Robbie Eagles here, but man, what a match here! Seriously.
Yeah, this was great. This was a Tekker's dream, right? And one thing I love about New Japan is that like they'll show you what the big feuds are coming up in the tag matches, right? Usually in the multi-mans, like for example, like Roy Oyoa and Yuya Uemura, like those two are going to be fighting. I'm pretty sure this is going to last until at least Wrestle Kingdom, right? Like this is going to they're building something really big with these two, and I mean I expect them in the G1 as well, you know. Um, I love Taichi so much, and like Taichi and Hartley Jackson, like doing the big men stuff.
Oh my God, that was so beautiful. I loved it. Hartley, give it like listen. Taichi, I love you, and you tried, but Hartley giving us the full sumo, and I was like, oh shit, it's about to go down.
Yeah, right.
Like he did
And
the whole pose and everything.
he really did too. Just thinking of it now, yeah. Um, yeah, like it's always funny to me that like Taichi is like this big guy now, because like he was always like a junior,
Mhm.
and then like everybody left, so he had to put on weight,
He
so
bulked
like,
up and he found his
but
passion for wrestling again. Like I said, I think the
hmm,
story from last year, even though it wasn't a big one, Zack Sabre Jr. yelling at Taichi to get it together and to give it everything he has against him. I was like, that is what we need. We need a bestie like Zack Sabre Jr.
yeah, absolutely. I like that at Dominion that it's going to be um, Taichi and Oiwa versus uh, Uemura, sorry. Taichi and Uemura versus Oiwa and Zack Sabre Jr., right? So
Ha!
you got so you got Taichi and ZSJ across the ring for each other from each
Once
other once
again,
again.
yep. The forever wrestling soulmates.
Yep.
The besties,
And,
like once again, squaring up.
and like just to cap this one off, like we want to talk about great technical wrestling. Like Robbie Eagles and Kushida. Like, god damn, man. God damn.
I needed like a best of 7 series with those two, honestly.
Oh.
It's good stuff all around. And it would be
Hmm.
Yuya, Taichi, and Kushida to beat the TMDK boys. But again, Yuya and Oiwa squaring off a little bit, getting a little mouthy with each other after the match. And it's just like, man, this tag team match at Dominion is going to be really fun.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think that we are going to have a big feud for Yuya and Oiwa going. I would not be surprised, like you said, if this leads to a Wrestle Kingdom match of some capacity.
Definitely. Because like, this is a type of rivalry that you can see play out all year. Like in the G1 and Tag League, like all that stuff.
And this is building up feuds for the young kids too, because now we're in this
Hmm.
new era. Now this is proper feud building for your newer stars who are going to be here for a while. Like,
Exactly. And they're like
so
technically two techers, so like I'm here. I'm here for it.
man, I'm so ready for this. But this was a fun match. Again, Uemura, Taichi, and Kushida pick up the victory here. So we move on to the next match. You know what? I need an
Yeah.
Aaron. This was fun. I need a June Kasai and Aaron Wolf tag team because, like, I was like, I was not ready for how much I really enjoy them together, honestly. And honestly, I think June Kasai has let Aaron Wolf have a little bit more fun and not be so serious. And I'm like, you know what? I could get behind this Aaron Wolf not being so
Mm,
serious all the time. He was having fun, and I was like, that's what
yeah.
I need to see, Aaron. I know you're good, but I need to see you smile a little bit more.
Yeah, I think this is what he needs at this point because like he just needs to loosen up in the ring a little bit, and show some personality. And you cannot be you know around Toro Yano and Jun Kasai and not be having a great
Like,
time.
those are the
So
two best people to help you loosen up and have some fun. You have the
yeah.
master of deathmatch wrestling right there in Jun Kasai. And listen, we can go on forever with multiple pages of this thesis statement of why Toro Yano over here has had a long-standing career of just being a complete, utter fool and just being the TV
Yeah.
haha character. But it works.
Yeah. He's a trickster. That's what he is. He is a trickster. He'll make you laugh and then roll you up for a 3 count.
For real. I mean, look at this picture. Look at him. And honestly, when you have these three go up against the House of Torture boys, who are also giving us those same kind of energy, this was entertaining as well. But to set it up proper, You got Aaron Wolf, Jun Kasai, and Toru Yano taking on the House of Torture boys in the form of Dick Togo, Ren Narita, and Yujiro Takahashi. Um, of course, we know that we are building, Aaron Wolf, and we are building up Aaron and Ren Narita, for this never open weight title. It's just like, this was fun. Again, I need Aaron Wolf. If you loosen up a little bit more and you have a little bit more fun, I'm 100%, because I think you're almost there. You got to show that you really enjoy doing this and not look so serious all the time, Aaron. I love you. Loosen up a little bit.
Yeah. I gotta say, remember how I said about like Kanemaru with House of Torture?
Mm-hmm.
This really works for a lot of these, for a lot of House of Torture,
Mm-hmm.
including Takahashi, and you know, a 30-year-old veteran Dick Togo.
Yep.
So, um, I really like this match. Like, and that, like, it seems that like House of Torture is starting to finally get their comeuppance a lot, and I see people complain a lot about House of Torture, like, this so really bad, like they got to cheat during every match, and it's like, man, y'all would have really hated the OG Bullet Club, because
Mm-hmm.
that's literally all that they did. It was just distraction after distraction after run-in after run-in. Like,
OG Bullet Club were menaces.
they were
Like,
menaces. Like, uh they like disrupted the formula of like serious New Japan wrestling with their like American haha like run-in stuff, like, you know. So like, I really like it, man. And to be honest with you, I love this direction that New Japan is going in. Um, it's definitely different from what we're used to from New Japan, but you can really see different influences. And I really love it.
100%. And again, we're setting up Aaron Wolf and Ren Narita for this never open weight championship. And it would be Aaron Wolf, Jun Kasai, and Toru Yano to pick up the victory here. Looking forward to Dominion, honestly. It's going to be a good time. So it should be fun. Alrighty, let's get into the semi-main event, the second to last match that happened before our main event. Ooh! I'm just gonna put it out there. I will have to reevaluate my stuff, but if I'm going to right now pick probably my favorite tag team this year, I'm gonna have to go out with the Knockout Bros, because once again, god damn these boys, I swear to God, it's just like, ah, but man, this match though, ooh, this is so much fun. So in the semi-main event, of course, essentially you have the two the two sides who are going to be fighting each other in two different matches at Dominion. So you had the team of Yota Tsuji and the Knockout Bros of Yota Ice and Oscar, taking on United Empire in the form of our IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Callum Newman, make way for the Prince. And of course, the other two members of United Empire filling this out is the Great Khan and Zane J. So of course, it's going to be Great Khan and Hanare at Dominion, but ooh, this match. And earlier I talked about how the younger boys of, Jake Lee, Mr. Austin Young, like Jacob Austin Young and Francesco Akira being complete dicks in this match. the other United Empire boys in this match were also being dicks.
Oh yeah.
Especially Callum Newman. He be feeling himself, and I love it.
Yeah, I love that there was one spot where like Okan had like tricked Suji into like swinging at him, and he ducked and he just took out his feet. Like, oh man, I love Great Okan. Uh, this one really solidified the statement I made earlier about United Empire, and that like they're really showing this new side of like them just say they're the big heels right now. They're the big bad in New Japan,
Mm-hmm.
and they just beat the piss out of Knockout Brothers and Suji for the majority of this match.
Seriously. And it was really nice to see too, because like, okay, so our looking at Unbound Company, right? So Suji and Knockout Bros, right? So far this year, they have kind of been on the upswing, and the Knockout Bros are still tag team IWGP tag team champions, and then Suji was double champion at one point this year. So it's really interesting watching like the dynamic shift with the Knockout Bros still having their tag titles and them going up against Great Okan and Hinare at Dominion. And Yota is trying to get that IWGP Heavyweight Championship back from Callum Newman. And it's really interesting to see the dynamic change too, because don't want to say that the Unbound Company boys, when they were all champions at one point, got a little cocky earlier this year. But it's really nice to see the dynamics change where now that Callum has the title, his ego is so boosted. And now Yota has kind of been humbled a little bit. But I'm really looking forward to this match between both teams at Dominion this weekend. That is what I'm looking forward to. And it would be Unbound Company to win here. Yota Tsuji and the Knockout Brothers to win. And again, lots of heat going into Dominion on two separate matches for the tag titles and for the IWGP World Heavyweight. Man, oof, I cannot wait.
Yeah, as I said earlier about how like New Japan loves to tell you the stories that are coming up in multi-man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it shouldn't be any. That's not a secret, you know. But this one was a little bit on the nose. You know what I mean? Like it was only missing one person. That's Hinare. You know.
Right. But they're definitely like, listen, we don't have any other build up to Dominion this weekend, so we got to get it all out here now.
Yeah, like we are building fast. So like to be fair though, they did a really good job of like setting up all of this stuff before the BOSJ. So like that they really just needed to get all these people back in the ring and push the button. I love that.
100%. Oh,
And,
absolutely. It is great stuff. There's still
and
animosity here since Sakura Genesis.
oh yeah, definitely. And that was but I completely agree. That Zane J, like I cannot wait for that guy to go on an excursion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was definitely like the most green. He was definitely the greenest one in the match, but like
Right.
he's definitely got a huge upside though. Because
Oh,
maybe put him on a
100%.
maybe put him under a mask though, because he's a little distracted.
But yeah, so I mean, we're gonna these six, United Empire and Unbound Company are gonna come to blows this Sunday at Dominion. Before we get into our main event, of course, though, got to highlight the chat, specifically our friend Nick. Hi, Nick. He wants to let both of us know that we are his NBA Finals halftime show, and he loves it.
Fantastic. Go whoever you're rooting for.
Go sports,
Happy
sports
here.
the team, sports. Like,
Yay,
alrighty.
sports. King of
So,
sports.
so
Brought it
Benny,
back to New Japan.
we've had, some incredible matches, but I mean, we've had, some incredible matches, but, yeah, 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 we've had, some incredible matches, but, yeah,
Oh
I was
man.
I was never in any doubts. I was just like,
Mm.
this is Yo versus Kosei Fujita in the finals of the Best of the Super Junior. Electric Boogaloo Part 2. Like, oh
Yeah,
my god, this match ruled.
man, you know what? I love like the what was it like? But Vegeta was like doing the Yano taunt, and Yano was sitting ringside at commentary, and then
Right?
Yo started doing the Robbie Oi 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 bit, and Robbie sitting ringside. So like, uh, they got all the haha out at the beginning, and then just got into it. Oh man, what a beautiful, beautiful match.
God, I feel like this is as equally, if not maybe just slightly above, like even better than their match against each other in the finals last year. Oh my goodness, these two we talked about it like with other different pairings to this point in this show, but Yo and Kosei Fujita also give me the fight forever feuds. Like they can go fight forever, honestly. And it was really so the dynamic going into this match, right? It is really fun and interesting to see what a year between Super Best of Super Juniors make. Because going last year, Yo was the fan favorite. Kosei Fujita, the young upstart punk, finally made his way through, not doing anything, you know, too crazy and proving everyone wrong. And then this year, Kosei Fujita came in with a little bit of an ego, which was really fun to see. He's like, "Yeah, let's wrap this up. I'm gonna win again." Like he really embraced the moniker of the young punk, which was really
Yeah,
nice. By the way, shout out to the entrance. We got a whole entire dance squad, and the girls coming
yeah.
in. I was just like, "Yo, this is great. I love that."
uh, Apparently he got in touch with Mercedes for her dance squad. Um, yeah, this one definitely gives Fight Forever because they're so incredible together, and uh, Fujita was uh, going through the BOSJ like, yeah, I got this. Like, this is my tournament to win, and that came back to bite him, which is a great, great story to tell over a month.
Hmm. And I mean, his cockiness definitely paid off for him because it took him to the final. But
Hmm.
Kosei Fujita underestimated Yo. This is Yo's third straight into the final, and beautiful back and forth. And really quickly before we get to the home stretch of it all, Ms. Marshmallow, hello, welcome back. We are covering New Japan, so New Japan Pro Wrestling NJPW, and we are specifically talking about the Best of the Super Junior 33 finals. So this is, think of it like their New Japan's cruiserweight division. Um, so your high flyers, your young ones, and this was a whole month-long tournament, and we're talking about the finals between these two. So Yo and Kosei Fujita. Man, again, beautiful back and forth. They topped themselves last year from their match, which was incredible last year. Um, but yeah, Yo finally did it, Benny. Third time's the charm. Yo puts down Kosei Fujita and is the winner of the Best of the Super Junior 33. So it is going to be Yo versus Doki for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. And I'm like, oh my God, is Yo about to fulfill his destiny? It's been a long road for Yo, and I'm rooting for Yo, man.
Yeah, definitely. Go get it, yo. Go get it.
Seriously.
Go bring it home.
Again, this is definitely going to be on my matches of this month for June. I'm like, when I watch 2026 matches with my friend again, I'm like, I'm probably going to put this match for the June one. Honestly.
Absolutely.
Lord. But yeah, Yo's done it. Third time's the charm. He finally is the winner of Best of Super Junior 33, and he will get his match against Doki to try to get that IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship off of Doki and out of the possession of House of Torture. And that is the end of our Best of the Super Junior 33 post show. Man, what a fun show this year was.
Absolutely. Did you have any favorite matches throughout the tournament?
You know what? I think some of my standout, if I had, so of the matches that I got to see, I honestly think that, I have to think about this really quickly. I think probably some of my favorite matches would have to include, for a variety of reasons, obviously the semifinals between Kosei Fujita and, well, actually, I'm gonna be honest, I think both semifinal matches really rocked it. So Kosei and Robbie, and then Master Wato and Yo was really fantastic. And then throughout the tournament, I think some of my other favorite matches included Yo versus Hyo. That was funny to watch because there was a lot of like more comedy wrestling, which was really cool. I think Nick Wayne versus Jun Kasai was really good too.
Definitely.
Especially getting that acknowledgement from Jun Kasai afterwards, where Jun told Nick, he's like, "My son is also getting up there in the wrestling business," and he co-signed Nick Wayne. He's like, "I want my son to fight you because I think you two would have a great match together." And I'm like, "Damn!" When you get the co-sign from the deathmatch legend himself in Japan, like, that is some big praise for Nicholas Wayne, man.
Absolutely.
And then, oh man, I have to be honest. I think Robbie, like an understated match. I think Robbie versus Titan was fantastic too. Robbie X and Titan was really good. So
that match ruled.
That match was good.
Daisuke Sasaki versus Kushida was
oh my
really
gosh,
fun match
bro. Best of the Super Juniors always gives us some really good matches, and it's just like, I know it's a month-long tournament, but I highly recommend, now that it's over, y'all, go back and watch the matches, especially from, I would say, the middle of the tournament towards the semifinals is where things really picked up. Because at this point, everyone had fought each other at least once. And so then we started to narrow it down, and people were like, okay, time to get serious. So this was some good stuff. Now, before we get into our last thing we're going to talk about, we do have a commenter in the chat. P Dubs It Tall has a question. Who do you guys think is next up after the current IWG the IWG? I think it's
IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah.
Yeah. So who do we think has gotten next after Callum Newman? Ooh, that's a good question. I think it's going to depend. I want to see how the summer and the G1 turns out. If I have to pick right now based on the crop of guys, I'm going to be honest. I don't know when. I've talked about this during Soccer at Genesis when Callum Newman goes on this run forever, how long he has. For me personally, the person I would like to see, and I'm still going to root for him because I think the redemption story would be the best thing for him to complete it that way. I have Shota. I think Shota is next one up. I really do think that he will be, either him or Yuya will be the ones to take the title off of Callum. But because Yuya and Oiwa are kind of locked in this feud right now, I actually think Shota is going to be the one to take it off. And depending on how the G1 blocks pair out, I'm rooting for Shota to win, man. I'm going with Shooter. I'm going to go with Umino on this one.
First off, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
My answer would have to be Roy Oiwa.
Yes.
because I feel like there's been a little bit more push in the direction for Oiwa than
Mm-hmm.
there have been for Uemura, but
Right.
that might just be sleight of hand. That just might be a red herring. But it's definitely going to be one of the top new guys like Shota, Shota Umino, Yuya Uehara, or Oimura, or Roy Oiwa.
I know. Honestly, those are our three picks, and I would agree with you as well. Honestly, like
Watch them like swear us and just like give it to Taichi.
you
It's
know
like
what?
okay,
I would be here for a Tai Chi World Championship run for a little bit. Tai Chi has definitely earned it, in my opinion.
oh my, 100%, 100
But I
percent.
think And I think that what I think is the beautiful thing right now is because your quote unquote heavyweights, like all the big people, are no longer here. So like the Evils, the Hiromus, the Okadas, and with Tanahashi retired, like you really do have the young guns taking over New Japan right now. The Fujitas, the Yos, Callum, you know, Yuya, Shota, even like Takeshita,
Yeah, I was
like
just gonna say we're forgetting Takeshita's here as well, you know. So
you have a lot of these under like 35 guys who are really the building blocks of this next wave of New Japan. And it's really fun to see Tanahashi kind of slowly begin to build up these guys to be primed to be the New Japan Pro Wrestling like banner carriers for this company going into the rest of this year and next year too. So good stuff. Like, man, this was a
hmm,
fun show. But like we talked about all throughout the show, we got Dominion coming up this weekend. So this is like the big kickoff summer show for New Japan, and this is probably like one of the big events leading us into the G1 happening in July. And so we have the full card set for this particular match. So to kind of go over it really quickly in no particular order, we have 9 matches for Dominion this Sunday. First is the NJPW World Television Championship. So Takeshita is defending the title against a returning Sanada. So I'm like, I forgot Sanada is back because he popped up during the spring tour post Sakura Genesis. So that's gonna be fun. So that title is on the line. Takeshita is defending it against Sanada. Then like we talked about too, it's a bit of a grudge match. El Phantasmo will get a chance to get his hands on Jake Lee as they will be going at it at Dominion as well. Then in a special tag team match, Yuya Uemura and Taichi taking on TMTK, which is Ryohei Oiwa and the technician master himself, Zack Sabre Jr. That match is going. I get it. One of these. I was like, I already smell the 10 stars for me. Like that is going to be a technical bout. I'm here for it. It's going to be so good. But let me tell you this, right? I had forgotten this match was on the card, and I am excited because we're going to see some. The Japanese fans are in for a treat with this one. We are getting in a special Lucha Libre style exhibition match El Desperado versus CMLL's own El Rey de Plata y Oro himself, Místico. So Desperado and Místico will be going at it, and I'm like, huh?
yeah, that mess is gonna rule. I love Mystico. I'm happy he's healthy. How
Yes,
happy
I
he's
was
healthy.
like, he's injured, and he's like, bet I'm healed. Let's go. I'm like, yes. He's like, I'm here, bet. I was like, damn, stem cells do wonders, apparently. Just kidding. But no, I'm excited for Despy and Mystico to go at it. But a grudge match again for the Never Openweight Championship. We've been building this for a little bit. Aaron Wolf looks to reclaim the title, and he will go through Ren Narita to take it back. So we get that championship match. Then on top of that as well, we get the IWGP Tag Team Championship match. This is the Knockout Bros of Yota Ice and Oscar defending the titles against United Empire, Great Khan, and Hanare. So that match should be a slobber knocker fest as well. So that's going to be good. Then in the triple threat match for the IWGP Global Championship, Andrade El Idolo, Mr. How Do You Know, will be taking on Shota Umino and your newly crowned Progress Wrestling Tag Team Champion as of this weekend, Mr. Drilla Maloney. So shout out to Drilla and a man like Derice for winning the tag titles at Progress Chapter 195 this weekend. Stay tuned Thursday for that post show as I talk about it. But I'm just happy to see more Drilla because it's been like Drilla has been missing from New Japan for like a hot minute. Like, so
Yeah,
that triple
those
threat's gonna be
visas are
good.
definitely. I was just gonna say those visas could be. I would imagine that's probably what it is. You know.
Seriously, I was like, ugh, it's getting out of hand out here. Then, of course, for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, our Best of the Super Junior winner, Yo, will be taking on Doki for the title. So that should be a fun match as well. And then finally, probably what is main eventing the show, Benny, for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Callum Newman defending the title against former champion Yota Tsuji. And I'm like, ha!
Oh
Man,
man.
this weekend the Dominion is about to slap. I want it to slap so hard.
Yeah, it's a stacked lineup, like from the opening match to the main event. Look at it's gonna be fire, man.
And again, I'm excited to see what happens here because honestly, we have smaller shows after Dominion, but this is also probably going to set up a lot of things happening. The stories that we're going to get for the G1 as well. So I'm hoping we get the announcements of the blocks at Dominion because we usually get the announcement of the blocks at Dominion. We did last year at least.
Yeah, I'm sure we will, or at least shortly thereafter. You know?
Right. I still think it's crazy that opening night is going to be here in the United States for the G1. That's insane.
Yeah, right.
Chicago's a lucky city. I'm like, no, come to the West Coast. But you know what? Shout out to all the fans who are about to witness probably one of the craziest and greatest tournaments in professional wrestling history. So
Yeah.
it's going to be good.
To be fair, y'all do have the dojo, so
That is also very true, and I will not complain that we got to see New Japan like Resurgence last year when it came through. So I'm like, that was such a great show. Got to see Zack Sabre Jr. in all his glory up in the front row, which was insane. That story still is one of my favorite memories. I bought tickets and then they gave us free upgraded seats, and we're like, oh, you know, we're like going to be in the back row on the floor. And nah, we were in the second row right by the barricade. I'm like, ah.
Oh man, that's awesome. Hell yeah.
It was insane. Yeah. So, and that's where B Priestley also re-debuted after getting let go from WWE too. I was like, she took on Viva Van. It was a really good match.
Nice. Yeah.
Was,
B was always somebody that was like, yeah, she's just gonna find work somewhere because she's amazing. So
100%. But yeah, that is it for the Strong Style Syndicate this evening. And Best of the Super Junior is in the books. Fun tournament as always. And I'm already looking forward to next year's tournament, Best of the Super Junior 34. But don't touch that dial because we got a whole stacked week this week. So tomorrow evening, myself, and Kilt will be here, and we are debuting our first ever AAA show as we talk about Los Noches de Grandes, which is going to be really, really fun to talk about. Then on Wednesday, we got NXT and CMLL. Thursday, we got Mystery Wrestling 26 and Progress Wrestling Chapter 195, Wonder Brawl 2. And then we end this week out with TNA on Friday. So we got a busy week this week to kick off the summer. And it's going to be some really fun stuff. But from all of us here at Strong Style Syndicate to you at home, Remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We will catch you later, but until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.